Hello everybody. So I know it's been a while since my last reading, but I have decided to pop on and just do a March 2020 reading on Instagram for you. I may share this to YouTube as well, so if I do, and if you are watching this on YouTube, then that's what I've done. I've shared it from Instagram, and it's a little bit different to my normal readings. So I'm just going to hop straight in because these are only short videos on here. So the first one we've got for March 2020 is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So do you feel like you are kind of hiding who you truly are? Is there any part of you that feels like you're not living up to your full potential? You're not really being yourself fully. Are you hiding your talents, your gifts, your personality? Like, I was only talking to someone last night about my sense of humour and how that changed, in certain points of my life and in certain areas of my life. And if I'm around certain people or in certain environments, my sense of humour changes. So is that something that you are doing? Are you kind of changing your parts of your personality around certain people or in certain environments, whether it could be like a workplace that you work in, in a relationship, in a friendship, in certain groups that you go to, things like that? Are you fully yourself in those situations? And if you're not, then why? Have a think about why. What do you need to change? What is your full self? Have you even thought about that? Do you know who your true self is? If you don't feel happy in a certain way, like of being, then why is that? Do you want to be, if it's to do with like sense of humour, for instance, do you want to have more of a sense of humour? If that's the case, then maybe you should change your circle of people, or get a hobby that's more fun, or watch more comedians or comedies, things like that. It's just an example, but I'm not saying that you've lost your sense of humour, but that might be one thing. Yeah, but if not, then what is it? What certain personality traits, I guess, is that the word? Things do you need to kind of look for? And I'm losing my thoughts. So I'm getting a text message, I'll be honest, and it's kind of thrown me off a bit. So yeah. So what do you need to kind of be aware of about your personality that may not be fully you at the moment? Okay, the next one is make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So there's a lot of messages going around at the moment in the spiritual community I'm in, and in the posts I keep seeing, in the videos I keep seeing about people manifesting what they want in their lives. And I did post a card, I think yesterday was it, about manifestation, so you might want to check that out. But it's about kind of inviting what you want into your life, and being aware of what you do invite into your life. Are you all the things that are coming into your life at the moment, are they more positive than negative, or are they more negative than positive? And it's worth just kind of thinking about that and the reasons why that is. So if you are inviting more positive things in, what have you been doing? Have you been more positive yourself? Have you been hanging around with the right people? Have you been following your heart? Have you been being more grateful? What sort of things have you been doing to invite those things in? And vice versa, if you've got negative things going on, what have you been doing differently? How have you been thinking differently? Maybe that has made a difference. So it's worth thinking about that. Okay. Next one is underlying pattern. Now you'll notice that I've used, I haven't explained actually, I'm using all different cards, and these are from different decks. I was guided to do that this way today, so I would go through all the different decks, but that will just take a while and I haven't got that long. But yeah, so I thought we'd do something a little different today, a little bit of variety for March, and that does feel like a kind of March does feel like a bit of a month of variety anyway, so that's probably why I felt to do that. So underlying pattern. This is something about, something that keeps coming up for you. Is there something that just keeps happening or keeps coming up? Is it a thought that keeps coming into your head? Is it a limiting belief? Is it a self-critical sentence, or things that keep coming up for you in terms of being hard on yourself? Or if it's an idea that keeps coming up, whatever it is, it's something that just keeps coming up for you. And it's to say to pay attention to that. There'll be reasons for that. These things don't just come up for the sake of it. And if they keep happening, there's a reason for it. Trust your intuition. There's a moon in the background. Moons are all about intuition and listening to yourself, listening to your emotions as well. If you're having a feeling that keeps coming up, what do you think that feeling's about? Really feel into it. Has this feeling happened before? It does feel like it's a little bit rock. It seems a bit cliche, but there's like mountains in the background, and I just heard it feels a bit rocky. So I don't know if that's something that's happening for someone where something feels quite rocky and it keeps coming up. It's worth paying attention to why that is. What is that about? Don't just disregard it. Think about it, feel into it, and really sense where this is coming from and what could be done about it. Only you know as well. I'm hearing it will be inside of you. You know what to do, and you know what this is about. Okay, interesting month so far. The next one is Miracle of Forgiveness. Now this is about, I feel this is more about forgiving yourself, and this is about forgiving yourself for past mistakes or past things that you may have thought were your fault when they weren't. This is definitely something about you. It's not someone else. It's not really heavy either. It's just something that you maybe keep telling yourself that isn't true, and other people don't think it's true either. So you might be giving yourself a hard time, and it reminds me of, what was the one that I said about giving yourself a hard time? Maybe it's one of these, I don't know. One of the cards, it relates to that. So it's about giving yourself too much of a hard time and being hard on yourself. And you don't need to do that, because actually all the things that you think that you might have done wrong or said wrong or done in the past that have been blown out of proportion in your head really aren't as bad as you think. Okay, so it's time to start shining the light on that. Start being a bit lighter on yourself. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. And come out of the shadows, and don't dim yourself. Don't hide away because you feel like you've done something wrong. There's no point in doing that anymore. It's time to move on. It's time to set yourself free and shine a light on the positive things of your personality and the lighter side of your soul and your heart, because you know that you have that, and like that's what you're made of. So don't be hard on yourself anymore. Don't hide away, and don't shine. I don't know, don't step into the shadows or something like that is coming through. It's like there's a difference, like shadow and light, and you really need to step more into the light. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And then finally for March 2020, we have double mission, light worker star seed, serve the world by being you. Okay, again, we've got the moon, we've got intuition, listen to yourself, be yourself. Okay, I can see a little child here, I've never seen that before. This is about being in touch with your inner playfulness, okay, your inner child, and being, when you're little, when you're a baby, you can just be yourself. You can do what you want. I mean, obviously to an extent. Your parents tell you not to do things, but as a kid, you don't really think about things. You just do it. You don't worry about what anyone else thinks. You just play, you just run, you just cry, you just laugh, you just do whatever you want, don't you? Because you're a child and you haven't got no responsibilities. And this is about just going back to that part of you that just wants to do that and just wants to be yourself. And again, it fits in with this don't dim to fit in, be yourself. And then there's something coming through about people helping you. There will be friends, there will be people who really understand you and see you. She's got her eyes closed. It's almost like you've been kind of hiding away again. There's a lot about hiding away, and but there's also a belief that people are not seeing you. Okay, they're shutting their eyes to you, they're not seeing who you are. And this is to say, not everybody's like that. You will have people in your life who do see you, and if not, find those people. Start reaching out to people like support groups, or joining groups where people are more on your level. And then once you do find those people, keep them around and talk to them and open up to them and trust them, and they will help you to become more of yourself. All right, so I've got to go because I'm running out of time, but thank you so much for listening, and I will post the next video soon. See you later. Bye.